Okay, good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. So, in this special occasion, my name is Gusti Komang Putri Wahyuni. Name 191201138 will present my proposal with the title Teaching and Assessing Strategies in English Classes during the online and offline transition period in semi-high school Komang. So, in my presentation today, will be consist of introduction, theoretical and empirical review, research methodology, and the last is closing. First of all, I will explain you about my introduction. In the midst of a period of teacher adjustment to online learning policies, schools are now starting to implement on-site learning by paying attention to health protocols. Of course, in the midst of the transition from online learning to on-site learning, teachers are required to adapt to the situation and be able to determine appropriate teaching and assessment strategies. As we know, in this transition period, although on-site learning has been carried out, it is not yet fully normal on-site learning before the COVID-19 pandemic. Learning will be effective if the teacher can determine appropriate teaching and assessment strategies. On the basis of these problems, the researcher wants to research further about what teaching and assessment strategies are applied by teachers during the transition from online learning to on-site learning. Considering that currently not many researchers are conducting research with the aim of describing teaching and assessment strategies applied by teachers in the transition period of online and on-site learning. Based on my research background, the research questions are first, how is English teaching and learning done during the transition from online to on-site learning? The second one, how is the assessment of learning English at senior high school Komang? And the last one, what are the obstacles faced by English teachers and students in implementing English learning at senior high school Komang? Limitation of problem. Based on the problems in the study, the problems studied are limited to teaching and assessment strategies used by the teachers of senior high school Komang in the transition period between online and offline learning. Next, research objectives. There are three research objectives. First, describe the teaching and learning of English carried out during the transition from online to offline learning. The second one, to explain the assessment of English learning at senior high school Komang. And the last one, to explain the obstacles experienced by teachers when carrying out learning during the transition from online to offline learning at senior high school Komang. Next is research significance. So the significance obtained from conducting this research are theoretical significance and practical significance. In theoretical significance, the results of the study provide an overview of the learning and assessment strategies applied in the transition period between online and offline learning. This result also can be useful for readers as well as teachers, especially English teachers, relate to adaptive skill to add insight into strategies and assessment in the transition period between online and on-site learning. The second one, practical significance. The result of the study can be used as teaching materials in teaching English as foreign language because it is related to innovative learning topics. And then the result of the study also can be used as empirical evidence for studies related to the professional development of English teachers. Next, we move to theoretical framework and empirical review. In theoretical framework, I will explain 6 theories. First is English teaching and learning strategies. The second is transition period. The third is online learning. The fourth is on-site learning. The fifth is assessment. And the last one is assessment approach in English learning. Meanwhile, in empirical review, there are 2 studies that relate to my topic. First is the study from Vidya Putri et al. The study can be concluded that several assessment strategies implemented by teachers have difficulty in carrying out effective online assessment due to several obstacles and challenges faced. Therefore, teachers must have the ability to adapt conventional teaching practice to online learning, and teachers must understand online assessment and information technology in order to be able to carry out assessment properly to achieve the assessment objectives that have been determined. The second one, the study from Sim et al. 2022. This study provides recommendation for teachers to use different assessment strategies to expose students to mapping and assessing their own learning, which will indirectly require them to have higher order thinking skills and be responsible for their own learning. Next, we move to research methodology. So the method used in this research is a qualitative research method. This method was chosen because this study aims to seek an understanding of the phenomena that occur about learning carried out during the transition period. Research setting. This research will conduct in Senior High School Cemui, the school located at Mahadewa Street, Minggu, Mangui, Bali. The subject of this research were English teachers in grades 10, 11, and 12 at Senior High School Cemui. So there will be 3 teachers who will be involved in this study. Meanwhile, the object of this research is the teaching strategies and assessment strategies used by English teachers at Senior High School Cemui and the transition from online learning to on-site learning. Next, we move to data collection. So in the data collection, I will explain you about my research methods and the instruments. So the research methods used in this research are interview, class observation, document analysis, and focus group discussion. Meanwhile, instruments used in this research are interview sheet, observation sheet, document analysis sheet, question list, and focus group discussion. Next is research procedure. The researchers develop a research procedure which will be described as follows. First, the researchers submit a research permit to the school, and then the researchers conducted preliminary research so that researchers could find out in general how English learning takes place in the transition period. And then researchers analyze data and design instruments used for research, and then validate the instruments that have been designed. Next, researchers will collect and analyze the data that has been collected and write reports from research results. And the last one, researchers write published article and presentation related to the results of the research obtained. The data generated from the study are descriptive, in which the data generated are in the form of description, pictures, and audio recordings. Okay, I think that's all enough about my presentation today. So I'm sorry if there are any mistakes during my presentation. Thank you.